welcome to this video tutorial. Here I will be teaching you how you can create a simple and basic but amazing replica of the game ColorSwitch, which I guess y'all happen to know by now what game it is. It is this game that you have circles rotating in the game, and then you'll play as a little ball, and then that ball switches colors, and then you have to match the color in order to pass. If you don't, for example, I will give you a demo if you don't know what the game is, but if you do know what game it is, then yes, we're going to be creating or replicating that game using Godot Engine, and this is based on the latest stable release, which is 2.1.3. And let's get up to it. This is going to be a little small demo what we are going to be creating. So as you can see, as we start in a frozen state, which is, we don't have any physics supply yet. But if we actually start jumping, you can see that we activate the physics system on the character. And let's see if I can clear this out. It's supposed to switch, but apparently it randomly picked up the same color that I had before. So let's see. Here we are. We made it. We made it that second round. Let's see. We actually have. I guess this pass. No, the second one. I think this pass is gonna work. And nope, did it. Oh yeah, I had it. Oh my god, never mind. Anyways, as you can see, the logic is pretty straightforward. If you are the same color of the arc or the matching arc, then you can successfully go through. If you don't, then the level is gonna restart. It's pretty cool. It's pretty neat. Actually, this is a pretty good learning curve if you are just jumping right into Godot or however you want to call it, whatever. It's pretty neat. It's pretty cool. I really like the engine. 3.0 is alpha has been announced, and but there isn't a release date just yet. They are starting to talk about it, and they are starting to like announce it stuff that's coming in the near future. I hope that it's like coming in the upcoming weeks or something like that, or a couple coming months. Hopefully for the next weeks, maybe. But anyways, let's just jump right into the tutorial itself. We are going to, or you are going to create a new project. Or actually, we actually done it already, but it's just you actually have to do it. Let's call it ColorSwitch. Well, I called it ColorSwitch YouTube because I'm doing the tutorial for YouTube. But you can call it anyways. You can call it ColorSwitch or whatever, or awesome game or whatever you want to call it. And here we are. It's a simple, plain old scene in Godot. First of all, I want to focus on the player itself, and after I have the player, we can focus on the circles and so on and so on. So the player has a couple of logics. So let's first oh yeah, this is cool. This actually colors for this specific game, or and color for the circles, the arcs in the circle. So player mechanics or player logic, whatever, it's the same thing, I guess. So player jumps and has physics, so our player can jump and has physics. So what else does our player has? It gotta has collision detection, in order to detect if we are being collided with another body or another entity. For example, in this case, we're gonna compare if we're getting collided with, if we're getting collision with an arc or etc. etc. So it's pretty useful. Our player has to be initialized with a random color init body with a random color. So we're gonna initialize the player body with a random color. And what else? Let's see what we got here in my notes. Okay, so I got collisions, we got a random color, and of course, yeah, we're gonna apply some custom input handle states. I'm critical about caps like cap letters. All right, so I guess this is the basics for the player. The circles mechanics will be just literally rotation. Those are those are going to be the most easiest ones to make, the circles, because they literally just they just rotate the whole game, like throughout the whole game. So that's gonna be the most simple one to make. And yeah, that's it. We're gonna be adding some other cool tricks and tips and tricks, because I'm going to be doing and using tags. If you come from Unity Engine and you're familiar with tags, then we'll be creating some lame similar system to what is tags in Unity. So we're gonna be using tags also. Okay, so let's get up right into it, right? So this is our little how do you call that? How do you call that thing with you break down things and I don't know, whatever. All right, so our player, we're gonna have a player. Our player has a physics body in order to move throughout the entire canvas. So first of all, let's search for a rigid body 2D, since we're working with 2D graphics, and we're gonna call this player. Our player is gonna be of a mode character. We're gonna later on play around with these settings later on, because right now we're just starting out. This is gonna be a lengthy tutorial, so I'm sorry if it takes like an hour or something like that. But I'm just gonna really get detail on this thing. I really want to express myself out on this tutorial. So hopefully you guys can make something real good out of this and actually learn of what I have actually learned as well. I'm not a master in this. There are other guys they actually dig real down in this engine, like for example GD Quest and other guys like Evan Scott G. Sorry if I'm butchering your name if you happen to see this video tutorial, but I'm just a noob in the scene. But yeah, I just made this entirely by myself. I actually followed the tutorial from another. It was applied to Unity, but I applied it to Godot, so it's really cool. I actually learned a ton by myself here, actually trying to convert everything down to Godot. So once we have the sorry for that Chit-Chat. So once we have the player rigid body, we're going to assign a sprite to it, because of course we need to oh right, we need to import all this things. You can actually go where is it? Since I have everything here. Oh, this is gonna be open source as well. So once I finish, I will upload everything to a GitHub. I actually done it, but I'm just doing the tutorial, so you guys will have everything. Let me just get where are they? I can know player, and a small circle. No, so PNG, player, and where is it? My ColorSwitcher YouTube. So assets and scripts and what is this? Scenes. So we're gonna be creating these 3 folders. They're gonna be updated here on our game. And on assets, we will drop all of our sprites and you name them. So as you can see here in assets, we have smart circles and the player and whatever. So in the scripts, we are going to be working on that later on, and the scenes we're going to have to save. Let's just save right now so we can. I must save a holic. So I just saved the player right there. It's pretty cool so far, so good. Oops, did I save scene as? Oh crap. I saved it outside the scene. Okay, so let me just get rid of this one. Yep, scene. Okay. So we have a sprite that we can represent our player with. So let's load it up. Let's go to assets and player. Here we are. The asset itself is a kind of huge, let's say. So we can actually lower it a little bit. Go to the scale property of the. Let's start with 0.5. It's still kind of big, so 0.3, 0.2 maybe. That should do it, I guess. I don't know. No, it's still kind of big because you can see the actual viewport. So 0.15 maybe. Oops. I don't know, maybe 10? There we go. That should make it. I guess that's good. Yeah, we can always run back and change it and whatever. So that's our player. That's our little nice player here. And what else we need? Let's check our notes here. Jumps and has physics. Of course, if it can jump, then it obviously gotta have physics, because it's a jumping game. So let's add a. Of course, we just did it over here. So collision detection. Okay, so for collision detection, we will have to add a collision shape 2D. This will allow us to choose between a couple of predefined shapes that we have here. Let's go for the circle shape 2D, and let's zoom right in the player, and you press Alt and Shift at the same time, and then you can scale up or scale down on the priority given the constraints of the actual circle. So let's put it right there. That's good. So let's put it here, 1.30, 1.30, 1.30, 1.30. Alright, so we have our player, and we have successfully added a sprite representing our player, our collision shape, and let's see what else we need. Let's go back here to the notes. Go back to the notes. Initialize. Okay, so this is internal. This is going to be code and custom input handle state. Yeah, this is going to be all code. So I guess we're good to go. All right. So now let's. Oh, right. Let's define our main scene, which is not going to be player one, but an actual main scene. Let's create a new scene. Let's put it in node 2D. Let's call it main. Let's save it. And alright. Let's expand it just like the main viewport. So alright. Now let's instantiate a player. Oops, what the heck happened? Oh, did it actually? Oh, I get it. Scale. Alright, never mind. So let's just put a player. I don't know what happened there. So if you see, it's kind of a cyan color. If you wanna get rid of that, that's just because the collision shape, I guess. Yeah, that's the collision shape. You can go over here, put the opacity either to 0 or just turn it on and off here in the visible. Let's put it here in the middle, see what it does if we actually, oh right, let's define our main as a main scene. Alright, let's execute, and hopefully we can have a rigid body, an active rigid body that has gravity now, all the cool stuff. Yep, here we go. You can see the player is. So for now, the player infinitely moves downward. It goes down like to the infinite and beyond. So in order to do that, we're gonna jump right into the code, and we're gonna add a code to this player script. And you know what? I'm gonna actually add it to the rigid body here. You know what? I actually add it to here, to the main character. Yeah. She inherits to rigid body to D. It's gonna be GD script, and we're gonna create deck script now. Let's get rid of all these comments and all this cool stuff. Alright, so what do we need? We need to actually implement a way that we can make the character jump. This is where custom input handle states comes in. This is a custom class that we're going to make. However, you will have everything here. You will have everything. I will provide you with everything that you need. So, for example, I'm gonna create a file new. Let's call it inherits nothing, and then let's actually class name. Let's call it input. Okay, input save. No, it doesn't. All right. Hold on a second here. Let me go to open projects, switch scripts, input states GD. Remember that you will have everything here. By the end of the tutorial, you have everything on the description box. So if you happen to go through these specific event or the specific time that I'm doing this, and you want to follow, just stop the video and do the same thing. Just paste in the folder of the scripts the input states that you got, and yeah, here we are. So scene open scripts input states, and okay, so our player GD, it saved it on the scene, so let's I just switched it. Alright, so now let's see if I change this test, if it actually, oh right, alright, I'm done the main. Okay, so edit, and yeah, here we are. Okay, yeah, I was just testing if it was the same thing. So if changing it from the scene folder to the script folder, it wouldn't change anything. So yeah, it doesn't change anything. So that's good. So now let's get up. Now that we have the input states, we can take a look at the input states. It's just a basic state machine where it actually returns 4 button states. For example, if the button was released, or if what we just pressed was just pressed, or if it was just pressed and it was like click, and or if it just released. For example, if this is just like a single click, this if it is hold down, like it's actually pressing. This is if like to pick the mouse up event. This will be the mouse up event, I guess, right? I don't know. Never mind. We're gonna be using a couple of things down here. So we'll first have to define a couple of variables. We're gonna export jump force we're gonna set it as 500, and we're gonna export a extra gravity. Oops. Gravity. We're gonna set it also to 500. Now, what this will do is that it will set up 2 script variables available to the inspector here, so we can handle those variables as we wish. All right. Let's go back to the script and so we'll focus on the jump first, and then we're gonna be keep building on that, upon that. So another thing that we need is the actual definition for jump. We're gonna call it button jump, or actually call it jump. Jump action. That's better. Jump action. We gotta go to input. Since we're using this input state class, we have to put input. Actually, we have to load it first. Sorry for that. Input. Oops. Input states. Preload. You have it in the. It says scripts and input states.gd. As you can see, if the preload function actually finds the input file you're actually putting up to it, passing as a parameter, it doesn't complain. Otherwise, it will complain. It will highlight the whole line as red, and it will start yelling at you. So now we have input states available. We can go over here and continue with this. Jump action input states dot new. We're gonna call this button jump. Now this input is not defined yet. So if you actually try to jump or something with this, it's not gonna do anything because we have to actually set it up here. On the input map, go to go to project settings. Like you see me go over here to scene and then project settings, input map. We're gonna define a new action. Call it jump action. Actually, I think I have to, jump action. Oh, I forgot to. On jump action, click add new key, press a key. In this case, it's gonna be space, and mouse button, left mouse button, device 0 is going to be your mouse. If you have more than one device, you can always scroll up here and check whether that's the device you have or not. But for now, device 0 is mouse, and it is going to be the left mouse button. Oops. So let's add it. So now we have jump action with either space or left button. So if we press space, it will gonna activate this jump action. If we click the mouse button, it will still activate that jump action. So we're gonna call it the same because oops, what? The action, the name of the action changed. And let's see what else. What else? Okay, I guess we're so far so good. Now let's see. We're gonna set fixed process to true, and func fixed process delta. On fixed process delta, we're gonna make the actual jump. We're also gonna set an apply force because it's gonna be a little bit, in order to create that kind of jumping effect. We're gonna set an applied force of vector 2, and the vector is gonna be 0 and extra gravity. That's good. Now on the fixed process, we gonna check if jump action dot check equals 1. We're checking again if the state was just pressed, meaning if it was a single click or something like that. Then we're going to play. We're gonna set. Okay, well, this is a thing that I added in the game. Sorry. That the state of the player initialized is gonna be so the player state when it's initialized is gonna be like freeze, like frozen. So what we're gonna do in order to do that is that we need to first get the state of the player. So we need to get the state of the rigid body. So for example here the mode is on character and we need it to be on static. So these properties here are zero base. This is a zero base array or zero base whatever you want to call it. But yeah, rigids is 0, static is 1, character is 2, and then kinematics is 3. So in order to set player state, we need to actually get the player rigid body. So in the way that we do it is on ready var, meaning that when the game is ready, player equals to get node, and since we're putting this on the player itself, the script on the player, we are going to get the player itself or self. Actually, I just put self here. I don't know if that works, but that's actually new. Alright, let's see if it works later on. So we now set player dot set mode. So as you can see, it doesn't have the. Let's try now. Okay, it's not working. Get node. Let's see. Okay. So that's weird. We don't really need a player val for now. We can set mode to 2 since 2 is gonna be character. 0, 1, 2 it's character. And here on ready we're gonna set mode 1. Sorry. So if we start the game, we're gonna start frozen. We're gonna have a static body. The static bodies don't move; they are all static. But if we actually press hit space or click, oops. Are we getting in scope here? Set fix right. Okay, let's see. Okay, so it's in scope, but oh, because we are in, yeah. Alright, let's try that out. Okie dokie. It's not. Maybe I have something here wrong. Mass. Character. Friction. It's not. It's not setting it to rigid, right? Yeah, it's not setting it to. So it's setting it to static, but it's not setting it to character. And we're actually. Oh. Jump shake. Jump shake. Let me see. I'll pass it for a second and come back if I fix this thing. Sorry, guys. Alright, guys. I think I got it down already. Sorry for that. It took me a while to figure out what was happening, what was going on. Basically, we switched from static, and it actually works. We switched from static to a character body, rigid body type. But we don't have anything that actually interacts with the body, so it just stays static. My thinking was that, hey, we actually switched from this to this. It's supposed to apply some kind of force already that it is supposed to take the gravity force that was already applied before and then actually work with it or interact with it. But it doesn't work like that. So apparently, if you switch from a static to a character body or something else, it's gonna still have, it's gonna be movable. Basically, it's gonna be static there until you actually interact with it some way or another. So for that's why we're gonna do this. We're gonna actually set axis, because since we are gonna we could actually go and set velocity, but we have to set it on an axis because we're moving only on the y axis. So we're gonna go here, vector. That's actually new. Vector 2. I'm gonna close the whole function right there, and we gotta go 0 and minus jump force. Minus, because minus is actually upwards, and without the minus we could just go down. So yeah, it's crazy. Don't ask me. So now let's see how our game behaves. And yep, we hit space, and you can see that we can interact successfully. We can successfully interact with the player. And if we click, yeah, we can actually also, you can hear me clicking, and yeah, that's good. Okay, so far so good. So here we have our movement, and we set up a couple of defaults here, initialize, and yeah, let's keep moving on to the next things. What we want to do next is we can jump now. We can have, so this is okay. That's done. Initialize the body with a random color. We're gonna save the collisions for later on because we don't have the circles yet. We need to make the circles. We need to make the rigid body for them because we need to add collision shapes and everything. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. Okay, so let's initialize our body, the body of the player, with a random color. Let's first create a quick function here called set random color. Oops, color, and we're gonna actually implement a couple of colors here because since we're gonna be creating, we're gonna actually be working with colors. We're gonna be creating colors variables here, and we're gonna call this one purple. Purple equals to color. Oops. Oh my gosh, hope I can type today. So 5 point. Okay, this is going to be a little bit weird and crazy because the actual color profiles that this takes are floats, and I don't really know what other easier way to do this. If you guys know, please share with me. I would love to know all the goodies and the nitty-meaty part of actually doing this easier, or actually the easier way. So I just pause this for a second and then follow me from there. Alright, so here we are. I finally typed no, I'm just kidding. I actually copied it from the previous project that I did. That I told you that I was gonna upload to GitHub. It's already uploaded, so by the time that I finish doing everything here, and you will have the project, you will have everything. But for now, let's just find this colors over here. We gotta have purple, cyan, magenta, and yellow. They're gonna be literally the same colors as the ones we have here. So cyan, yellow, magenta, and purple. I don't know if this is pink and this is magenta, or this is magenta and this is pink, or this is magenta and this is purple. I don't really know. So this seems to me to be like purple, so I just put purple, and this is to me more like a magenta type color. So I don't know. You be just the judge yourself. So now on the random color function, we have to actually randomize this, and the way that we do is we have to make a new index, a new variable called index, and we're gonna assign a randi, which If you don't know what a randi is, randi, never mind. Randi, what it does is gets a random 32-bit value in integer. To obtain a value from 0 to n, you can use a remainder. Like, for example, for random 0 to 19, you can use randi, the function, and then module. I guess this is a module. Yeah, module 20. So what I'm gonna do is randi module 4, because we're going to create an index. This index is gonna have a value arranged from 0 to 3. So if we put 4 here, it's gonna have actually 0, 1, 2, 3. Now we're gonna do if index equals 0. Oops. Come on, man. Then we're gonna introduce a new variable here. Var current. We're gonna call it current color, because that's gonna define our current color. It's gonna be later on used in comparison with a tag. Remember the tag system that I told you earlier? We're gonna be using the tag system also, so it's gonna be useful for us. Random color is gonna be initialized to an empty string, and we're gonna put here current color is gonna be cyan. If it's 0 is cyan. If index elif index equals 1, yellow. We're gonna actually copy this and paste it a couple of times. Oops. Yeah, okay, so 0, 1, 2, okay. 0, 1, 2, and what? Just said 0, 1, 2, 3. 0 being cyan, 1 being yellow, 2 being magenta, and 3 being purple. Alright. Let me see how much time I've got here. It's 37 minutes. Alright, just roughly half an hour and some 4 minutes. Alright, so to test this out, oh, we actually have to set up the color of our player. So we have to get the instance of the sprite. We have to actually get the sprite property here out of our player, and we have to set the modulate, because if you can see here, we can actually paint the body of our player with this with a wide variety of colors here. So we need to find a way to actually set this modulate property, and the way we do it is this way. We have to first get the player. So on ready var player sprite, and then we get node. Oops. Sprite. Since we are applying this to the player itself, we're attaching this script to the player. We don't need to actually derive or look for player and then slash sprite slash, you know, if we're gonna be looking for something, but we can simply just look for the sprite itself, since it's already on the player. It just looks through the child or children things that it has attached to the main node that you have here. So we have the sprite node, and now what we have to do is we have to set the color, so, or set modulate. That's the function that we can use. We sprite node, you can see sprite class here. We have get modulate, get all the good stuff, and then we have set modulate, which sets the color modulation for the sprite. It's basically the same thing that I have here. Where is it here? Sprite set modulate. That's gonna handle that. All right. So we do it. Let's get rid of the instance saves. We do it like this: player sprite dot set modulate. Wait, hold on a second. modulate. Alright. Something is not quite working here. What's going on? Clear. Good. I don't know. I don't think that's gonna matter if I switch. Nope, it's not working. What the heck? Huh. Alright, let's see. Player GD. Player GD. Let me get rid of this player GD because it's getting on my nerves already. This is the one that I need. So scripts. Oh, no, don't tell me. Okay. This is the first one that we did, and this is now the one that we have now. Okay. This is the updated one. Okay, perfect. And our player has to have the one that is updated. So clear, load, scripts. That was a good player. Okay. Let's see. I don't even jump action. Player sprite, get no sprites. Why it's not working? Player. Let's see. Player sprite. That's set. But it's working with the modulate, but I mean it's working on the player sprite. All right, here we go. Finally, we have it. I think that we needed to actually update the script from the thing here, so it's kind of problematic. I don't know why it's behaving like that. So set modulate, and we have to actually define. We actually define the colors here, so we can actually put them here. So cyan, current color is going to be cyan, and then we can set modulate to cyan. And we actually just this for the whole thing, and we're done. So yellow, yellow, magenta, magenta, purple, purple. Nice. Now let's see. Let's call this function under unready to see if it actually works. Where's unready? Random color. Actually. All right. Let's see. Let's see. All right. So we have our player with a frozen state. We're gonna jump. Yay! And as you can see, it actually selects a random color. Let's reload the game and see if it changes across restarts. It's not. I know what's going on, but I want you guys to see what's going on here. See if you actually get it right. Seems that the character is not getting a random color itself. You know why? You can actually pause, toggle breakpoints and whatever and whatnot. But you actually see here, we're having this rand eye, and it's actually supposed to be random. But in order to be truly random, and let's go again here. We actually need or have to reset the seed of a random number generator with a new, different one. So instead, we're getting, the seed is not getting randomized, so we're getting the same thing every time. So in order to do that, we have to invoke randomize here, or call randomize. That way the seed's gonna change, and it's gonna always be the same thing for like every single restart. So now let's try it out, and hopefully we can get different colors now. So we got magenta, that's good. And also we're gonna work on the gravities, so we're gonna get there soon. First we got magenta, now we got yellow, and let's see another one maybe. I want to see if they actually all. So we got magenta, yellow, cyan, and we need only one more, which is the purple. Let's see if the purple pops up by random chance. So we got a yellow again. If it takes quite a time, I won't gonna put you guys through this, but Yeah, magenta again. I'm just gonna take it as that it works. It works. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay, so it's 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it's inclusive. I don't know if it's exclusive or inclusive. I think it's exclusive now. Anyways, you guys tell me in the comments below what system is this or whatnot. All right, we're gonna actually. Yeah. Okay, so we're good. We're good. Now that we have our set random function working, and then we actually initialize every time our player with a random color, we can move on to the other areas of the game. We are going to handle collisions, but in order to handle collisions, we need to add another thing. We actually have to add the circles themselves and add the collision to them, so we can then jump right over here to the player and then detect whatever. Yeah. So let's create a new scene. Let's call this node 2D is what we call it. Let's call it circles. Sorry, circles. And we're gonna add rigid bodies like crazy here. In this case, I'm just gonna take one and then duplicate all of them. So for everything that I do, because I don't want to do like every single thing for like every single one of them. So I'm just gonna take one, do everything on that one, and then duplicate. All right. So we're gonna call this cyan. We're gonna add a sprite from node 2D, and rigid body and a collision shape. In this guy is gonna be a collision polygon 2D, because this way. Oh, hold on, I forgot to add the. All right, so it's assets, and the first one was cyan. Yeah, the first one was cyan, and let's place it. It doesn't have to be like literally perfect, like on point, but you get the main idea. So our collision shape, we can go actually over here and start drawing a collision shape. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect, but I thought that I said it doesn't have to be I was gonna say it like that, like I said already. Never mind. It doesn't have to be perfect, guys. Just go over here. Yeah, that's good. Okay, here we are. This is our collision shape for this. We're going to go to the visibility, turn it off, and we're good to go. Okay, never mind. Yeah, we're out. We're gonna call this. We're gonna go to the scenes. We're gonna call this circles, and boom. Now, what? Oh, right. Right. All right. So cyan. How can I choose the anchor point now? Oh, the anchor point. Okay, that's good. That's gonna be good. That's gonna be good anyways, because the rotation then is gonna be anchored from the center. Actually, you know what? Center. Yeah, it's actually centered. So that's good. Okay. So we need to create. We need to actually duplicate now these. So duplicate it 2 times, 3, yeah, 4 times. The cyan, yellow. Is going to be what? Yellow, magenta. Is it magenta? Hold on, let me see. So cyan, yellow, yeah, magenta, and purple. Okay, so magenta and purple. So do that, and we just have to change a couple of things here. Also, we have to get back to the player to later on switch the play with the gravity and all that stuff. So, alright, for the sprite of this one, it's going to be yellow. The sprite of this one is going to be this one. For the sprite of this one, the purple one is going to be actually purple. So load. There we go. Now we have to move them all. So, oops, cyan, yellow. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then the purple. There we go. That's actually real nice. Okie dokie. Now let's actually reparent them to the circle. So they are all reparented. Hopefully, if I rotate, yeah. If I rotate, they are gonna be fixed to the middle of it, and it's gonna rotate given to this, to the main entity, which is the circle. Alright, so the arcs are already done. We're gonna add a static because they won't move, they won't have like any gravity on them. We just want them to rotate, so they are gonna be static. Actually, you know what? Actually, I don't know if sleeping. Whether everybody's sleeping or not sleeping, I'm affected by first system calculation. Alright. You know what? This gave me an idea. Player dot sleeping. Never mind. I won't complicate myself here. I don't know why it's not. It's not. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. It's not updating. Anyways, let's keep on with. I don't know if it's static. I don't know, cause I don't want it to like consume CPU like if it's doing nothing. It's just rotating. So I don't know if I put it in static only will work. Let me just put sleeping them all. Alright, so collision, let's check the collision for, oh my gosh, that was crazy. Okay, so we have to fix the collision shapes for this one. It's at 90 degrees, minus 90. And the collision shape for this one is gonna be 90. Oh my gosh. And the collision for this one's gonna be why does it take so much? It wasn't like that when I was working on it. Maybe because the recording also. Oh, 180. Actually, minus 180. There we go. Oops. I didn't want it to do this. Why did I cancel this out? Oh my gosh. Okay. Alright, now let's instantiate. Oops. I have to actually select like the main as a root. Instantiate circle. I'm gonna put it in the middle, Now we are going to use grids. So we're gonna use snap, we're gonna show grid, we gotta configure it to 64 by 64, and I'm gonna close it down. So now we can move freely and snapping. And hold on a second, player is not. What the heck? Player is not entirely in the middle. It doesn't have to be, but whatever. You get the idea. Okay. So as you can see, the viewport is around here. We gotta put it here. It's gonna be good there. And the circle is gonna be around here. Alright. Okay. So far so good. Now to make the circles rotate. Let's see if I have everything here good. Okay, so far so good. So when the circles rotate, we're gonna attach a script to the main entity here, because it's gonna be like a prefab if you're coming from Unity. You are familiar with the thing about prefabs. So let's call it circle rotation. We gotta actually save it on scripts. Circles rotation. Circles rotation. Yeah, there you go. That should do it. Now we are going to make the rotation for the circles. So as long as the game is running, we have to keep them, you know, rotating. So export. We're gonna export a variable that we're gonna be able to control along different circles. For example, you see in the demo that I gave you, you can actually create instances of different like circles, and then they will have like each one of them is gonna have different type of speeds, and so that's why we're gonna do this. All right. So it's a real cool way of, you'll see in a moment, cool way of actually handling. And we gotta set fixed process to true, and we gotta fix process delta. We have a circle entity. Oops, circle entity that rotate degrees to radians, and oops, you gotta put rotate speed time delta. This way it's gonna rotate independently from our frames per second. So many people have already explained delta time and fixed process and all this stuff, so it's easy to grasp. I'm not really gonna go that deep into that terminology, but you know, if you can look it up elsewhere, you'll be welcome to do that. You're actually welcome to do that. Now let's see, let's run the game, and hopefully let's see how it goes. All right, so there we go. We got our circles moving around, and as you can see, we're colliding. But we don't want this to happen. We don't want the actual collision to happen. So how do we get rid of the collision? Because it is a static. Ah, I know, because we're working with this, we're working in the same layer. So our player is in the same layer, is in the same collision layer as the other layer, so it will collide. So let's put all these into different. Yeah, let's put them all there. So that way I can actually do that. Whoop. What was that? I'm still colliding. What's going on? Maybe I didn't mask. Did I save it? Yeah, I saved it. What is going on? Is it because of static, friction? Because I put it, as soon as I put it to another physics spot, it's gonna react to the physics, and it's gonna fall. It's gonna do all crazy stuff. Maybe it's the player itself. Let me see. Let's see now. There we go. So we need to, if you saw what it did, I went to the player instance here on the main scene. I enable contact monitor, and the collision shape for the 2D on the player itself, I put it to trigger on. That way it detects collisions, but it's otherwise unaffected by physics. As you can see in the little tooltip here, it will not block movement of colliding objects, so that's good. That's what I needed to do. Let's see if I go back here and change anything. Alright, yeah, that's good. So yeah, actually this is what I want, because if I put it in another layer, then it won't like actually collide between them. So if I actually put it into another layer, it won't even report. So let's actually take the demo, and then contact monitor on them also. And the collisions, we have to actually, no, we're not gonna trigger on them. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna implement that little tag system that I told you earlier. So for now, let's just run it one more time and see if it is working as expected. So yeah, we're gonna go real quick here to the graphic, because the graphic is getting me like anxious already. Let's play around with this a little bit. Let's put the friction to 0. No, was it friction? Was it friction? No, it wasn't friction. What did I switch? Was friction on 1? Yeah, let's put it on 1. Let's put it on 1. Wait, let's put weight on 1 and see how it behaves. Oops. Okay, so let's put it on 3 maybe. That was way too much weight. Okay, I think that's good. Yeah, I think that's good. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's good. That's manageable. Okay, next thing that we want to do, actually, I forgot, is to add a camera. We need a camera to follow player. Otherwise, we'll be lost. So let's add a camera 2D. And let's just tweak a couple of things here. First of all, I want the camera to follow me, so follow current. And anchor mode, direct center, top bottom, enable, virtual. Is it height? Wait, what's this? Height, and then V is what? View. Anyways, let's enable smoothing and the speed to default and see how it behaves. How the camera behaves. All right. So it's, as you can see, it has smooth movement, so it's real good. And in the original game, if you pass the boundaries of the camera in the bottom, it won't follow you. But here it does, because that's like so I guess it's really good. This is really good. It's really good. So far, so good. What else? I keep forgetting something. Let's see. So I applied the circle mechanics, and rotation, the physics bodies, and everything down here. Okay, the tag system finally. Okay. Go to the circles and let's create a new script. I'm gonna call it tag. How can I create? Alright, never mind. Script, file, new, call it tag. Let's derive it from node because like it's a dummy. It's gonna be a dummy node, dummy script. Export bar tag, and default is gonna be blank, scripts tag. Okay, and let's go over here and remove the where's tag? Okay, here. Okay, good. So what we're gonna do now is apply this script to all of the circles. So we can name them, and this is gonna be really cool because you can detect which arc of the circle you have collided with. So we don't complicate ourselves going to, like, for example, oh, let's detect what color I collided with, or oh, let's do this and that. So with the tag, this tag system is really cool. Let's actually put them now. Let's load a scripts tag, open, and let's go. Let's see. They all have the tag variable here. For example, let's go with the cyan and let's put cyan and yellow, magenta, purple. Let's see if they're all good. Magenta. Yeah. Yellow. Okay, perfect. This is nice. Now check this out. If we go to the player script and we have to find a way to collide with some. We have to find a way to know if we collided with something. So in this case, we have a couple of properties here that we have set up already. For example, we randomize our player color at initialization. So, but we don't really know, like, for example, you know, which one it is. We just have a reference of the color that we pick because of the current color here. This is our only gateway to telling us which color we have. Okay. So if we collide, how are we gonna know? So that's where the tag system, that's where the lane tag system comes in and help us out. It's really cool because we can do this now. Let's go over here and type func. What was it? Just give me a quick second here so I see my notes. Alright. Actually gonna do this via Godot UI itself. We're gonna go to the cyan node. On the rigid body, like you saw me doing here, we gotta select the rigid body of the cyan, go to the node tab, and then we're gonna connect a signal. So for example, whenever we collide with something else, we can actually emit a signal and then consume it in a player script, so that we can actually detect what collided with us. Alright, so on cyan body, on body enter, actually gonna put it here. Hold on a second. Oops, my bad. My bad. It's not here. It's actually here on the player. So we're gonna check if we collided with something. That's gonna report. This is gonna report with a body. So that's gonna on collision. Make function and one shot. We don't gonna make it, so we're gonna on collision. So we're gonna actually print what we collided with. Body.name. Let's see if it works. So okay. Alright, it's not. Did I set? I think I have to set. Oh, I have to set the trigger here. I mean, trigger the. Yep, I need to set the trigger. Of course, otherwise it won't report. Sorry for that. Now let's try it again. Game is starting. It's loading up everything. And oops. Okay. And it's not detecting anything. Oh, hold on a second. Contact monitor. Everything is so crazy here. You have to like put attention to the minimum detail. Otherwise you can run into big problems here. Alright, let's see now. Nope, we're not. Oh goodness. We're running into another problem here. Do we have to get this also? Well, the collision shapes or context reporting. Let's put the content reporting actually. It's the one. Well, let's see now. Game's starting, and okay. Now next system function. It collided now, so if we're colliding, but it doesn't have a function name. So body dots. Let's see if just passing the body itself can give us some output here. Where's the body? Alright. So give me something, for example, body dot. This doesn't have any. Let me see. Alright, so well, I couldn't get anything else, but I guess the tag system works because now if we're colliding with the cyan, as you can see it reported us here that we collided with cyan. If we collide with, let's say, magenta, we collided here with magenta, and yeah, so far so good. Okay, so that's weird, I couldn't actually access things from the body itself. I can only access the tag of it, like the tag of the variable there, but that's weird, that's crazy. Anyways, let's keep on it. So now that we have a working collision system and a tag system as well, we can identify what we are colliding with successfully. Let's go over here and finish it up with a little bit of logic. It's actually a collider. Let's rename it to collider. And if collider.get, we're gonna get the property of it. We're gonna get the tag property of the collider. And then if equals, let's see, if it equals current color, then pass. You shall pass the gates. Else, if it's not the same, oops. Need to get tag null equals to current color, then game over. It actually printed here. Wow, 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 wow. Oh, I forgot the. Alright, let's see. Let's test it out. It's supposed to that if the tag is the same color as our current color, for example, right now we are magenta. If the tag of the collider that we collided with is not, or is the same as our color, the one that we have here defined, we can go. Like, you know, we're good to go. But if not, if, for example, if we are like magenta, and then let's see, game over. You can see here, game over. But if we are the same type, or we are the same tag, look, we don't have any. We actually, oops. Let me actually do it the other ways. Oh, the other way. If we're the same tag, okay, let's see, magenta. Yeah, it didn't report it anything, any problem. But if we are another color, if we collide, game over, game over, game over, game over, game over. Okay, so that's good. That's good. Now let's implement one more thing. This one little thing that's missing here. Wow, 1 hour and 60 minutes. Takes that much time to create a color switch replica. Godot. Let's create the color switcher because that's the only thing that's missing. And actually, you know what? Let's actually create the game over because we're actually finishing up. So get tree, change scene, and we're gonna res scenes. Let's see if it doesn't complain. So yeah, that's because that's main scene. Okay, yeah. So let's see. We actually collide with a color that's not our current color. We're supposed to restart the scene. So let's see. Yep. Yep, that's good. That's good. Yep. Okay, so it's working. Perfect. That's amazing, guys. We've gone through hell and come back creating this replica. So we can now pass the gates of heaven. Alright, let's see, what are we missing? We're missing the color switcher, so let's create a color switcher now. Let's create a new scene. Hopefully we can create one. We can derive it from node 2D. Oops, wait, hold on a second. That's actually gonna be the same as our player, so so this is going to be color switcher. Color switcher is gonna derive sprite node, and sprite node is gonna be the same as our color switcher, and is gonna have a slightly different color for identification purposes. And we're gonna save it in the scenes as color switcher tscn, and we're gonna instance it. Of course, I need to do some other things. I'm just gonna do this ahead of myself. Instance it in the main scene. We have it here. Oh, right, yeah, we need to lower it down a ton. What was 0.1 we did? Yeah, for the, so yeah, it's gonna get updated here as well. That's good. So now, okay. Yeah, I don't really like that color. It looks like shit. The color of the shit. I was kidding. Okay, let's see. A collision shape. Collision shape is 2D. And of course we have to get a circle. We're gonna trigger it, and we're gonna be a static. It won't move, and it's actually sleeping because I don't want it to do anything. I don't want it to actually interact with the physics engine, because I don't want it to, you know. The collision shape cause any CPU throttles and whatever. Visibility. I guess we're good to go, right? I'm gonna introduce a new function here called function Oops. What the heck? I don't want it. I don't want it. Punch. Die. As bad as it sounds. So we're gonna call die here. It looks aesthetically looks more nicer this way. So it's pretty cool. Okay. So what are we missing here? So we created a color switcher. We added to the scene. Oh, okay. Now we need to actually check if we are colliding with it. Oh, you know what? Yep, I knew I was missing something. Let's add a tag system. Let's use it. Since we're actually using it. So let's put it here. Let's put color switcher. Because now we're going to actually compare if we're colliding with ColorSwitcher itself, I should say. I'm like, what? So, if collider.getTag equals current color, you can pass. Else, if collider.getTag not equals to current color and collider tag not equals to ColorSwitcher. Wait. Oh, color changer. Is it color changer or color switcher? I don't even know. I don't even remember. Color switcher. All right, so color switcher. Where is it? Where is it? Okay, then die. So, if it's not current color and it's not color switcher, it's gonna die. Right? Is that it? Okay, but if the collider is tag equals to color switcher, then we're gonna collide with it. So we're gonna be colliding with the color switcher. So we need to set random color, and we have to destroy that color switcher entity. So collider dot queue_free. I wish there could be like a function they could rename this for like destroy. That would be just amazing. That would be just butter. Because it's basically the same thing. They just have different terminologies for the topics and so on and so on. So let's see if it works. Let's see if this works so far. It's been a long road. Let's see if our creation is done already. So we collide, yeah, we die, we start the server. I was gonna even start the server. Let's see, and it didn't switch the color anyways. Let's see. I guess it did switch, but yeah, as you can see, yeah, it took another color. And yeah, if we collide with a new color, it actually detects that we have a new color. So the system is working pretty nice, pretty cool. Alright, so let's create a couple more, let's instantiate a couple more circles here, and we're good to go. That's it. And let's Control D, move it upwards. Let's actually duplicate that one, and then let's bring it down. So 0.5, 0.5. That's actually too much. 0.9. No, that's actually 7 maybe. Yeah, that's good. And let's see. What's? Oh, because I am Alright, let's see now. Wait, what? How can I? Okay, never mind. Let's just leave it there. Alright, never mind. Oops. Okay, so that's good. Let's see if it works. So we started the game. You know, you can polish this a little bit more if you're actually into a type of games. Oh, you know what? Of course, it's gonna be easy. We need to actually set. Let's set this one. This is our main circle 1, and this circle 2. Let's actually put this one to a higher speed, maybe 120. I don't know how that's gonna be faster. I guess a lot faster, I should say. I don't want to extend myself too much on this, but let's see how much. 126. Wow, that's a lot. Let's see. I hope this is not like 3 gigabytes so below to YouTube guys. Wait, what? Alright, let's see. Probably I saw some error, some bug there. So let's see. I'm supposed to be able to pass. Let's see when I have the opportunity, because now it's gonna. Yeah. Okay, so we did pass. Maybe that was something strange going on with the collisions there. Yeah, so yeah, as you can see, we can pass and everything. Maybe the first instance that I tried to, maybe it wasn't picking up the collisions that well. So it does works. So that's pretty cool. Alright guys, I think this is a wrap up. You have successfully made a ColorSwitch replica on Godot or Godot or Godot or whatever you want to call it, Engine 2.1.3 as of today, 8th of May 2017. Alright, so thank you all for watching this video tutorial. Again, it's a bit lengthy, I know, but I hope you enjoy it, and stay tuned for more tutorials, I guess. I don't know, I will try to be training myself on this engine because I really like it. There are a lot of things coming up for 3.0 and it's very promising. This engine is legitness. This engine is literally the on-hardcore competitor for Unity. It is so similar to Unity, and it has so many characteristics to the Unity engine. It's not like a direct competitor, you know. It's obviously, of course, it is open source. Like, it's your source. You can like do whatever you want with it. If you're a type of programmer that you want to dig into this engine and modify this and that, if you're like type of hardcore programmer, like expert in some on the field. But of course, it is a really nice engine. All right, so this is John Smith signing out, and hopefully you enjoyed the video tutorial and learned a thing or two. Right? If you have any suggestions or recommendations, please put them in the comments in the comment section below. If you saw anything that bugged you throughout the video tutorial, or you missed or something, comment it out also. Make sure that you pass the video, go back, you know, try to understand things. Of course, I also make a little disclaimer in throughout the video that I mentioned that I'm not really an expert in the engine, and also, you know, a lot of topics that I went through, many other people have actually went detail on them. For example, there are these guys like GDQuest and then Ivan Skadje. Sorry if I actually butcher your name. Ivan Skadje, I don't know. But yeah, those guys are really great developers here, and they've been working on the engine for quite some time. Actually, I just jumped into the engine. I've been working like for, I don't know, a couple of weeks, I'd say. But yeah, it's a pretty cool engine, I should say. I'm actually jumping in between Unity and Godot. I'm actually more kind of inclined to Unity, but now that I'm seeing the potential with Godot, I'm actually, you know, jumping more into Godot and everything. You got variables in the inspector, you got a lot of cool things. But yeah, this is it. I don't want to actually extend myself here too much. It's actually 1 hour, 30 minutes. I should go downstairs and eat something now. Well, there you go, guys. Thanks for watching, and hope you have a great time watching the video tutorial. Like I said, hope you learned a thing or two. And that's it. That'll be I'll call it a wrap here. All right, so bye bye.